Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to the first tutorial from Committed Critics as we go over how we make our audio as good as it sounds. Here I have an example from Breaking Into Cinema, yesterday's episode actually. I'm going to play a little bit of a clip. Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Breaking Into Cinema, the show where we discuss movies new and old that you may not have seen or analyzed before. Yeah, it's barely reaching negative 24. But how do we make it sound good? So what I usually do in terms of workflow, just have it in Premiere, sync it all up. Before I do any cutting, take it to Adobe Audition. All right, so now here we are in Audition. As you can see, the waveforms aren't very good. We want them usually to reach around the -1, -2 decibel mark, so that way it's compatible with most speakers and headphones. It's okay to go a little loud, so that way people can turn down the volume. But once people turn up their max volume, they can't go up any higher. So we want to make sure to accommodate for that. So first thing we gotta do, we gotta boost this up without getting too crazy. So that's why I like to highlight it all. Make sure all is zoomed out too. Highlight it all, and then go to amplitude and compression, and we're going to use the hard limiter setting. So here I have usually last setting I used was 7, increased by 7 decibels. Knowledge, reality, and existence, especially when considered as an academic discipline. So that's going to be my normal volume. Symbolizing quieter volumes there. Not choosing. So I think we're going to increase it by 10 decibels. And you want its maximum amplitudes to be -3 decibels. So what it does is going to increase everything, but cap it at -3. You'll see in just a second. Yeah, as you can see, like these just get capped here at the bottom. Top ones, since I have a deeper voice, it kind of gets a little fuzzy at the top. It does this all the time. They give it to every astronaut. But as you can see down there in the levels, we're pretty good. So next is noise reduction. Got some background noise here. Can't hear much of it, but it's definitely some static, so you want to get rid of that. So I'm going to hit Shift P to capture noise prints. Then I'm going to zoom back out, click on all of them, then Control Shift P to bring up the noise reduction. You can also do that from the effects menu as well. So I'm going to drag this green over the yellow so that way it doesn't sound too warbly. I usually keep noise reduction at around 50% and reduce by 20 decibels. 20 decibels should just take away all the outside noise needed. So film, you can't really hear a difference, but if you go to output noise only, you hear all the fuzz and static that's taking out. Make sure you uncheck that box, or else you only get the output noise at the end. And up next, we're going to use a DeClicker. You're going to have it under diagnostics. So right here, DeClicker process. But once you click on it, it's just going to pull up on this window here, and then you can just use it whenever on this tab. So you got media browser, effects, tracks, marker, all that stuff. So you can click diagnostics, DeClicker. I default to light reduction. If there's also a heavy and medium or default, I try to keep it light because usually when you get more intense, it gets more warbly as it goes on. Basically what the DeClicker does is it gets rid of the mouth clicking noise, so like when you get lip smacks or like when saliva kind of like pops in your mouth, it kind of gets rid of that noise so that way it doesn't sound so gross. A lot of people don't really like that too much. So once that's scanned, you want to hit repair all. It's not going to repair every single one of them, but it will get most of them, and as long as it gets most of them, it's good. Now with the DeClicker out of the way, now you can see the waveforms a little bit cleaner. We're going to make them even cleaner. We're going to noise reduction restoration and hit Reverb. So now I have a preset made for this called podcast. I made podcast Reverb. All it is make sure you get the focus lower and higher frequencies and reduce by 20%. So you can just set it up like that. And if you want to make another preset, you just click this little box here and create a preset name. But we're going to go ahead and podcast Reverb and hit apply. And you can see it's a lot cleaner now. Some of the better noises are getting pushed up as well. Boom, it just became a male dominant. Essentially what that does, since I don't have a soundproof room, it gets rid of any noise that bounces off of my computer screen because I talk directly into it. And after we do the de-reverb, we're going to go to effects, special, and do vocal enhancer. We have low tone, high tone, and music. Low tone for me because I have a deeper voice. And once that's in effect, we're going to hit effects, go to special again, and go to mastering. Make room for vocals is the preset I like to use. Telling can be an outlet for philosophy. So if we turn that off, not necessarily speaking on how we exist, but instead why we exist. You can hear that slight difference, a slightly higher fidelity. All right, now once you have that mastered, we're going to go to Effects, Amplitude Compression, and Multiband Compressor. We're going to use the de-esser preset on Multiband Compressor. So what it does is it basically reduces the S's and the sh that people say so that it's not so weird and grainy. A lot of times when someone says this sound, it kind of goes on a different frequency and it kind of confuses the microphone. All right, and as you can see, that makes it a bit quieter. The main thing we want to talk about is but everything is more or less level here. So what we're going to do is we're going to increase it. So this preset I found in my favorites, even though I never used it before. It's normalized to -0.1 decibels. We can go ahead and click that. And as we can see, so what normalizing does, it increases everything until the highest point reaches the target. So which is right here. This is where I guess I laugh a little bit. Knowledge, reality, and existence, especially when considered as an academic. And this may seem still a little too quiet. We're going to increase this ever so slightly to make sure that this area right here, -1 decibels, kind of everything kind of like the majority of like loud gets there and everything else kind of catches up with it. There's lots of great special features. And that's it. That is how we master our audio. Go ahead and click save. And then in Premiere it should pop up any second. There we go. All right, and you want to make sure to always save. Keep your finger on Control S or Command S if you're using Mac. And that is how we master our audio. Leave a like if you found this tutorial helpful, and feel free to leave a comment on anything else you want us to go over on how we produce our shows. Thank you very much. See you next time. You made a new fan. I really liked it too. When I watched the first 30 minutes, I was like, I'm not sure where this is going. But then like it really paid off at the end and I really enjoyed it. It's a really great science fiction film.